And now for something completely different. So I'm going to invite the team from University College Birmingham up onto the stage. Feel free to bring your chairs because there's a team of you, so make yourselves comfortable and come and join us. So while everyone's setting themselves up for a chat, this is a lovely way to finish. We are going to be meeting the team members of the future. So each of the students from the University College Birmingham are going to talk a little bit about themselves, what they're learning, and then really what do they want from us as the future team members. So think of your questions, and we might have some questions for us too. So come on up. Do you want to bring chairs? Make yourselves comfortable. You don't have to stand all the time. Come on up. Come and say hi. So we have Catherine Bell, who is the lecturer. And are you events lecturer? Tourism lecturer?
I'm tourism. And Victoria is my events colleague.
Lovely to have you, and thanks very much for coming today. So over to you. Thanks very much, Bex.
Firstly, thank you for inviting us over. We're literally 2 minutes across the road, so it was quite a nice, quick journey into a conference this morning. We're really here just to show you... working? I am a lecturer. Just to really talk to you about what we do, University College Birmingham is a vocational higher education university. We were awarded university status earlier this year, and we offer undergraduate and postgraduate courses to students that want to get into your industry. So really we focus on the hospitality, events, tourism industries, or at least that's what me and Victoria are here to promote today. So we offer undergraduate and postgraduate courses. We've got students from undergraduate and postgraduate to talk to you shortly. And most of our courses take 2 or 3 years full-time. There are part-time options. We do get a lot of industry representatives coming to do part-time evening courses, but majority of our students are full-time and full-time in studies, and a lot of them work alongside that as well. So as I mentioned, the courses we're interested in promoting today are tourism, events and hospitality based. These are generally what our courses offer to students. And we heavily focus at the moment on combination degrees, so students can really look at the service industry from many different aspects during the process of their courses. And really why we're here today is to really push the fact that we're really into and always have been vocational learning. So we have academic courses. So Oliver was just talking about psychology of marketing. We teach that. We teach consumer behaviour, all of the things that you've probably covered in the last 2 days, but we really push the focus of vocational aspects of learning. So many of our students will do industrial placements in a variety of forms. So some students take 1 year out. We have students that go all over the world to spend 1 year working in a hotel, for a marketing company, for a destination. Some examples include Florida, Universal Studios, some of the big hotels around Birmingham if students want to stay locally. I think last year we had a student go to Malaysia as well, so quite broad ranging. We also have students that just do a shorter period of industrial placement, and many of them may have come to you or similar organisations in the past. Summer placements as well for students that are restricted to locations. We really enjoy, and our students hopefully will support us, industrial projects. We call them live projects because it's a 12-week run where students work individually or in groups with a company, a destination, a brand, an organisation on what we would probably call a consultancy basis, and do work for you for free, which has benefits to both you and our students. All students, and there are 8,500 at the campus just over the road, do market research at least once during their course. This semester we had a group of tourism students looking at website development for a tour operator down in Surrey. And the benefit for the tour operator was that the students developed 30 different recommendations for improving the website in the short, medium and long term. So market research, primary and secondary, something we we do and we encourage our students to do. And we look at long-term planning as well, particularly at postgraduate level. We get students going overseas, working for destinations to develop products. And there's some photos to show coming up just to give you an idea. And Victoria, as an events lecturer, will ask me to push the fact that we do event planning as well. We have an Inspire conference once a year at the campus, and there are events throughout the year as well, which Victoria can give you more detail about. So really we push vocational learning. And me and Victoria are from industry as well. So as lecturers, we can offer both academic insight and vocational industry insight as well. So just some images. Stick to the rule of three. So this was earlier this year. We had a group of students go to Fuerteventura to develop trails for the local tourism agency. Last year, INAPA, looking at heritage product development. These are postgraduate students, so really looking at wider strategic issues here. Event students, so second year students. Pictures up in the right hand corner there. Do we have someone from the QE here today? I noticed on the delegate list. Yeah. Research here and fundraising for the new hospital, and a range of events here. We have hospitality events, tourism students, so the events that are put on by students really vary. Inspire, I mentioned our annual conference at the top here. Students taking part in the Worcester Cultural Olympiad, and we have links with the local radio stations as well. I think another one of the events lecturers actually used to work for Galaxy in past careers. And really to kind of push to you how important you are to us as industry. These are the people we have worked with in the last few years and are currently working with. And we do a range of things with these organisations. So for example, West Bromwich Albion, any fans in the room? We actually now run a course with them to develop their staff along the lines of professional development. And Universal, for example, our students go out there and work for a year. So lots of examples how we already have connections with industry and how that works to develop the students and ready for you guys when they come out to work. So I'm going to shut up now and I'm going to pass you over to the students. We're going to go through in year order so that you get a real idea of how things change as they progress through university. And ultimately they want to get to this kind of goal where they're a student that's done some kind of industry experience, whether that's research or placement, and they can win an award. And this was 4 weeks ago in Birmingham at the Tourism Management Institute, their annual conference. We had one of our students win an award for their industry experience. So, student stories. Alex, would you like to come on?
Thank you. First of all, good afternoon. I'm currently studying for a BA Honours degree in Events Management at UCB, and I've just completed my first year. The work is much more in-depth than I'd perhaps anticipated, with a wide variety of topics, and I'm finding the course and the events business interesting, challenging, very varied, but most of all incredibly satisfying. And I hope in time to be able to add rewarding to that list. Having completed my A-levels, I was not certain that I wanted to go to uni. My reservation was due to the fact that I'd always enjoyed and learnt more in practical subjects, and I was keen to get into the real working world. After a lot of perseverance and having completed a work experience scheme run by LOCOG in 2010, I was one of 9 school leavers offered a place on their young professional scheme. This involved me moving down to London and joining the LOCOG team as a paid employee straight from my A-levels in August 2011. I worked in various departments until the end of the Olympic and Paralympic Games. For the initial 8 months, I was part of a team of 16 responsible for the recruitment of 70,000 volunteers, now well recognised as games makers. I'm very proud of the part that I played in this selection event. The games makers were fantastic, and are one of the reasons that London 2012 Games was such a worldwide success. After spending a couple of months at the Uniform Distribution and Accreditation Centre, I moved to the Olympic Park for games time. There I was the HR representative responsible for staff and games makers based at Cherry Park, which was one of the staff entrances. My role was to ensure that everyone had the tools they needed for their work, lots of water on hot days and the correct uniform, together with the distribution of rewards and recognition to the games makers to keep them motivated. The end of the games was a time of big decisions for me, and it came apparent from talking to a number of different event companies that having decided on a career in events management, at some time in the future, the lack of a degree would potentially be detrimental. I therefore considered various universities and received a number of offers. UCB stood out as a university which would give me a good balance of theoretical and practical experience and education, which suits my learning style. And I quickly found out that students can benefit hugely from the excellent links between UCB and various event businesses. During my first year, I've worked for a festival organiser, conference organiser, venue dresser, wedding planner, a new bar on Broad Street and a Hilton hotel chain. And a number of these opportunities came through uni contacts. Although I'm developing my practical skill base by taking advantage of all the opportunities offered and actively seeking out other prospects, I'm also enjoying my academic side of the course. And they're words that I never thought I'd say. We're studying topics which are very relevant to our future careers, which makes them interesting and worthwhile. I have found PR and promotion interesting and challenging. Although I had little previous knowledge of the topic, this has led to an introduction from one of my lecturers to a local radio station, where I'm working for a number of hours each week and I'm absolutely loving it. Events is a career where networking is important and a big part of what makes it so much fun. A guest lecturer at UCB offered me work here at the ICCA at a conference last week, where it was good to meet Chris Holmes again, who headed up the Paralympic Games, and was one of the first people I met during my work experience week at LOCOG. I hope that with hard work and the right attitude, and a little bit of luck, my degree and future career in events will continue to excite and challenge me, and I look forward to the opportunities ahead. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mo, and I've just completed my second year of studies as a tourism business management course. Just before I came to UCB, I started as aeronautical engineering at Solihull College. I spent a year studying aeronautics and aviation. I really am inspired in airlines and aviation and stuff like that, and I've had a passion for the airline industry since child. Basically, what inspired me to come to UCB was the prime location of Birmingham. And basically, just due to the fact that I've been a passenger service agent and progressed onto working as a ticketing and reservations agent at Birmingham International Airport. At such a young age, I've been inspired by my teachers, by my parents, by my family members. And having the fact that I've been so inspired by family members, I've been taught that people, you can have the best product in the world, but I believe that if you don't have the drive, the determination, the sacrifices that people make, that product does not tend to work for itself. So basically, despite I'm at UCB now, I've just completed my second year of my studies, looking forward to my final year. I've been working in the airport, and I'm in the process of setting up my own business. And this is all due to the success and the drive that my lecturers have given me, the determination that they've given me. And I believe that we should have, because obviously we just completed in my second year, and we completed, as Catherine said, we completed our live project, which was as part of an Ocean Villas company. It was a villas company based in Portugal. What we had to do is make their online presence user-friendly. So we come up with recommendations, did our primary research, part of our marketing research, and we put together findings and presented it to our clients. and that really went good. So what I would urge is that we do have links with industry, so that us as potential students, our students have the opportunity to take part in these projects. Like Catherine said, we will work for free. But what we want to do is have the potential. So we have had the potential in the past. So we want to continue this link with you industry leaders, so that we can, our students, have the field and the recognition of what life will be like, or what future will be like. And they do hold the future. So like you guys have the skills, the determination, like I say, that's what I want our students to have, so that our student has been granted, our university has been granted a full university status, and 98% of our students feel that they are given the full assistance, the full drive, and the full success by their lecturers. And I'm really enjoying my time. I'm really looking forward to my final year of my studies. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Dominique Easy. I just want to thank you guys for having us here today. It's been quite an honour to be here. I am an event management student doing my BA. I've just completed my first semester of my second year, going into my second semester. Before I came to UCB, I'm from Bristol, and I just completed my HND in business at college, and I also did my A-levels. I thought I wanted to go down the business route of things, but I'm coming from a family that's very much involved in the events industry, and I find that I have such a strong passion for it. I came to UCB on the open day, and one of the lecturers, Layla Edwards, she's not here today, she said, coming to this university would change your life. We have so much experience around the world, and that's what really enticed me, and I love to travel. So I came to UCB, and all the modules that I studied, I didn't think I would ever study in my life. It's really taught me, it's given me loads of skills to go out into the industry and meet new people and make contacts with people. Within my first week at UCB, I started work with an agency that deal with events around Birmingham. So I was very grateful for working with the ICCA, the Marriott, the Hilton, different various hotels that deal with events within Birmingham. The biggest event that I've done is probably working on the Royal Polo match in London. I got to do the F1 racing and the celebration games. So you get to meet a lot of people and get contacts, and it's been great. Since then, uni has pushed me to go towards more the corporate event side of things in events. I've managed to get contacts in dealing with businesses such as like doctors, lawyers, and how they do their annual events, bring them into the Birmingham, and also working with young people as well and encouraging them to do better for their lives, especially within the events industry. This university, I would encourage most people to come to this university because I do love it. The lecturers have such good insight into the industry. It's not just lecturers that say, I've done a year and then they're ready to teach. They've actually done it for quite some time, and they're very honest about where you want to go and what you want to do and how they help you along the way. Another highlight is they take you on great trips as well. We went to London and the Royal Ascot, places again which I thought I would never be at. And they really encourage you to make contacts with people there, take down information, and keep in contact with these people for your future. So that's all really. Thank you for listening to me.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be amongst you all. It's been a very enjoyable day. My name is Chris Freeman. I've just completed my final year on the BA, Tourism Business Management programme. I actually have a lot of previous experience in working in the health profession, in mental health and various disability organisations. But I think the thing that actually made me turn towards tourism as an industry is because of the lecturers at UCB, because they're very passionate about what they teach. And I also like the fact that, as Catherine mentioned earlier about the importance of primary research, it's not just about doing an assignment. The assignments are very much relevant to the actual industry. For example, in my first year, we did a coach tour itinerary, but we actually went to Scarborough, York and Whitby. We went to Porto in year 2 to do a project on rejuvenating the area. So I really enjoy the fact that there's a lot of practical elements to the course, because the course is a very enjoyable course to do, but the industry is very enjoyable as well. And I think the importance of connecting with industry is evident to students now. I think the key factor in my final year that I've enjoyed the most is being a part of setting up the new Travel and Tourism Society at UCB, because it's basically it's run by students for students, because final year is obviously the next step on to getting into the industry and getting a career in the industry. So our emphasis is having first, second and final year students, and also reaching out to alumni students who have completed their who are on their masters or have completed their masters, because it's important through all stages of the university life for a student to obviously have contacts with professionals, and I've, especially myself, been a member of a couple of societies now, and obviously setting up a society, I'm an advocate. I know the importance that it not just gives students the opportunity to enhance their skills, but and obviously get contacts in the industry, but it's also giving industry an opportunity to come to UCB and actually hear from students and actually see the enthusiasm that students have about the industry. Thank you very much.
I would like to start by thanking all of you for having us all here. It's been a lovely morning and it's been very useful for us as well. Well, I'm also going to mention that we are all here to work together, and that's what I wanted actually to present really in my presentation, not so much talk about myself or my studies. It's more about how we can be of use to each other so that the industry would develop further. Well, it was just last year in October actually that I got my final grade in Tourism Business Administration, a master's course at UCB. And I could say that it has been really great as an opportunity for me as an international student or EU student. Yeah, to get a lot of practical knowledge about the travel and tourism industry. We do have a lot of relevant courses which are really great to have on the curriculum. We all talked about marketing today, about how important it is to influence people and have great relationships. Well, all of this is covered by our modules. A lot of undergraduate and postgraduate degrees deal with that. We've also got great focus on strategy, on basically management general, or in particular in tourism. And this is also something which business should look at when they choose their future professionals, when they recruit people. Basically, what my background before UCB, I would like to speak about that as well, just because international perspective is important. Well, I came to UCB just because I thought that this was a great place to get a lot of benefit in a short time. The program is intensive. You get to do a lot of case studies, you write on projects, you get to visit different places locally, nationally, and internationally. All of this can give you a great experience which you could later apply into your career development. I'm really grateful for having been at UCB, just because they were instrumental in creating a great opportunity for me last year. I was working on a project for a consultancy company in business travel. It was to do a lot with business travel development in the Middle East that continued into basically my current role. I got to know my current employer through this project, which I did, which was actually recommended to me by my lecturers. I think that my collaborator, basically the person with whom I worked on this project, Chris Bowney from Severn Side Consulting, as an alumni of UCB, he has also benefited from my research on his project, and his business is really well developing at the moment. And this is something which could also be achieved by anybody who chooses to work more closely with universities in order to probably just search for young talent, or maybe just try different options, be a bit more innovative about the way they approach human resources, or maybe just trying to be a bit more open to the environment. Well, I really do recommend that we all work together and just create a better future. Thank you very much. It was really valuable. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a sales pitch, part of what higher education can offer you, and I will then tell you what you can offer us. So this nice mutually beneficial thing that we can get into, it's quite nice. Okay, feel good. Here I am telling you can have city centre meeting space at UCB in the ICCA, but what I need to stress here is that as a specialist institution that deals with catering and hospitality courses and events courses, the space we have is quite unique in terms of what we can offer. We have things like training kitchens, we have companies come in and do tasting sessions at university. We have a lot of associations that come in and have meetings in conjunction with maybe getting feedback from students and things like that. So considering what we can offer in terms, and what most higher education facilities can offer, is not just the space, but the things that go alongside that, and that's really what I'm saying, not competing with you guys, ICC, at all. Obviously, research and consultancy has been mentioned lots of times. Research into the industry that can help your businesses, things like feasibility studies, studies into sustainability, corporate and social responsibility, anything that you want to get insight into, and it's a practically free resource for you to use institutions to research a particular element that can help your business grow, or help you work better, or help you understand your customers better. So lots of opportunities with research. Continuing professional development or short courses, a lot of companies use us to do one-off courses on health and safety, or a little marketing course or something like that, so that you can grow your staff. You could send them away to us, we could come to you, teach them a new thing, they get developed, you get more developed staff. It's a win-win situation. We also accredit training provision, so we work with people like Q Hotels. We do modular training courses that their staff do, and they gradually build qualifications whilst working. We've also built online courses for people like, I think it was it Thompson? So we built a modular course that their staff could go through, learning different things and gradually ticking off boxes, which helps you to prove your training development. And we all know that a part of that hierarchy of needs, people need to be developed and move on, or they start to get frustrated. So it helps there. Translation services. At UCB, we have 63 different nationalities of students. So we have a lot of different languages knocking about. We can help translate web pages or copy brochures, or we can provide potentially staff for translation at events, lots of different things. Catherine mentioned earlier combination courses, and one of those is we have a very good language school, and a lot of students will do hospitality with the language, events with the language. so we have a lot of students that have language skills if you're looking for particular recruitment needs in that area. Work placement students, obviously, we can fill placements from 1 day to 1 year to forever. And so, you know, even if you've only got a couple of days work and you need some people to help you, we have unjaded, enthusiastic, passionate individuals who will come and work for you. And as you all know, when it comes to recruitment, you would rather try before you buy. This gives you an opportunity to meet people who can potentially work in the industry for, you know, for a short time, and then it's equally as important for you to network with people who you could potentially employ as it is for these guys to network with people who can employ them. So it's much easier when you've got a job to fill, when you think, I go on my LinkedIn, all those lovely students that came and helped me with that event, I'll see if they're up for it, I can interview them. Much easier for you. And obviously recruitment full-time and part-time, we can shortlist people for you if you give us criteria that you're looking for. We can host, you know, a recruitment thing at UCB where you can interview students and you can talk to them. And we have, this is just a drop in the ocean of the 8,500 students that we have. So there really is an untapped resource there that you can go to help you with your business. So what can you offer us in return? Because, you know, it's a mutual thing. As we said, input to course content is really, really important. If we don't contextualise what we're teaching our students, they cannot then apply it to industry when they come out to industry. So we really need stuff for our courses, like, you know, I've put like case studies, like a really deep, in-depth case study can be invaluable for us to teach our students with, or examples of marketing, or examples of statistics, or anything that gives an insight into industry and how it works and in reality. Because theory only goes so far, and if they don't have that experience and knowledge to back it up, they're not a lot of use. Placement for students as well. So those placements are really, really mutually beneficial. You get staff, they get experience. We have to break that catch-22 that a lot of graduates face, which is that you can't get a job until you've got the experience, you can't get the experience until you get a job. What we're trying to do here at UCB is to make sure that we stuff our graduates with experience before they graduate, so that when they graduate, they've got the degree and they've got experience. But we can't do that if we don't get the placements from industry to put our students into. So it's really important that you just keep sending through requests, and we will keep sending you excellent candidates for business. Assistance with research. Now, obviously, lots of our students doing dissertations, you know, all of the final year students, lots of the master's students. And I know you probably all have been approached with survey monkeys, for example, from students who are trying to complete research. And I know that everyone's very busy and it's very hard to find the time sometimes to reply, or even to give a bit more time and maybe do an interview or a structured interview or a focus group. The thing is that this research is not just something that can complete someone's degree. A lot of that research will go on to inform deeper research about the industry and help us do more research on the industry as a whole. Things like, you know, legacy information about certain events and things like that can really help us in the future to make events stronger and make the industry work better. Speaking about your experiences, we do come from industry, and a lot of the lecturers do, but they do get tired of the same old faces and bored of us. So it's really great when people come in and talk about their experiences to the students and tell them how it is, and you know, how disasters and successes and everything, it really, really fires their imagination and helps them understand what they're learning. As I said already, industry information. So we will, if you did furnish us with any information, we would keep it completely confidential. We would never, you know, splash it around the place. But things that inform us as to the state of the industry is really useful. And advice, you know, mentors are invaluable to people. Anyone who's been successful in this room will be able to point to a person who inspired them to achieve that. And you can be those people that inspire the students. You know, if they come and work for you and you link in with them, it's just being able to have someone who they can just have a sounding board or just ask questions or, you know, get some more insight from. So advice is another good one. And that's it really. So thank you very much for listening. If you ever need anything, Catherine and my details are there, so you can always email us with anything that you need. But thanks for having us, and it's been a pleasure.
That's great, Catherine, Victoria, and the students of University College Birmingham. Thank you very much. A bit of show of hands now. I'm going to put everyone on the spot. So the last slide from Victoria, thank you. So show of hands of who wants to get involved, being a guest lecturer or giving some advice or, you know, being approached. There we are. Why not? So you've done your job today. Thanks very much, folks. So first of all, before I ask the team here if there's any questions, have you got any questions for us while you have us in the room? Please.
Do you take on a lot of students generally to help out with your event or any industry examples that you give us?
Anyone want to mention any student engagement that you already do? Yes, Elaine, would you like to say?
I'm in Vijver, so stand up. We do engage quite a lot with students in Edinburgh doing the same sort of courses as yourself. I've certainly been to help do a guest lecture for students, and some of my colleagues have as well. But we had recently an ambassador networking group meeting, and we had invited a student along to help us with that as well. So we do take some placements on sometimes. So we do engage quite a bit with students, and I have to say we do find them very, very valuable. And you bring us a different dimension as well, because in the industry you do sometimes, as you're going along, you have perhaps a focus going one way, and we often find that the students come along and you have a different idea and you can throw something into the mix that perhaps we hadn't thought about. So we do find it very valuable.
Mm. Thank you, Elaine. Anyone else want to share it? Yes, please.
Jill from Manchester. I would not be able to deliver the research into international conferences that I do without the continuous support of work experience of students, particularly from one of your rivals, Manchester Metropolitan University, and their events management courses and master's students. Absolutely invaluable. We usually have 2 or 3 on the go at once. Anything from a month to 3 months, 2 days a week, 3 days, whatever people can spare to fit in with their studies, and often have part-time jobs as well. So I just can't imagine not having work experience students, some of whom have remained with us in full-time employment. Often a question of opportunities and people leaving, but we have also contacted them after they've left and kept in touch. We're always interested in their career progression, so I wholeheartedly support the relationship between industry and academia.
Thank you, Jill. That makes a lot of sense for everybody. And we heard yesterday from one of our speakers, Peter, who's in the room. Peter, do you want to give a comment, please?
Yeah, we have about once per year, every year, at least one student joining our company to fulfill the dissertation or to assist him in the research on one specific topic. To give you an idea, we had a student who was doing the research of 10 conference centers in Europe who were on the reconstruction, and they made an analysis about the financing tools, whether this was from the city, whether from the government, whether from EU funds, etc. So this student was doing a specific task. There was as well the perception of Iberia, of the corporate market on Central and Eastern European destinations to host their event there. There was the research done. Students from all over Europe, from Spain, from Czech Republic, from Poland, and last but not least one was Irina Yelinova, and actually she's now working at the ICCA headquarters in Amsterdam. So if you wish, we are very supportive to students and for their development and to assist them in fulfilling their future job opportunities.
That's great.
It's worth mentioning the industry as well. There's every major exhibition or trade event, there's generally a student track, future leaders,
Mhm.
what they will, you will. But investigate, because as an industry more generally, pretty much it's got to be ticked the box, is welcoming students and giving them this kind of environment, this kind of experience all around the world in an even bigger setup. So as an industry, we're welcoming students all the time and asking them, as well as hoping we can give something. We're taking your views and advice constantly, because we're an old bunch.
Exactly. And an old, probably untrained bunch. I'm looking around and, you know, you're thinking about the professionalism that you're bringing to the industry and the fact that you've chosen to do tourism and events management. You know, I think we sheepishly look around here and, you know, I for one didn't have the opportunity to study what you're studying. So you're bringing in a fantastic amount of professionalism to an industry that's crying out for it, wants to work with you, really keen to work with you. As John says, there's definitely avenues to work, and ICCA itself has student engagement, so we should keep in touch, hopefully become an ICCA member and take that forward. So if there's no more comments from the floor, yes, Karen, one more.
I just wanted to say, Congress, well, I'm from Congress, I'm a professional Congress organizer. We have 4 interns in our office at the moment. 2 are undergraduate and 2 are postgraduate students, and they're helping us out. But I want to inspire you to make the most of that opportunity when you're an intern, because our, hope you won't mind me sharing this, but our chief operating officer actually began his career at Congress as an intern. And something that we can do, because we're a global organization, is we can make opportunities available for students in different countries to work in different offices around the world. And he went over to Venezuela and did an internship there, joined them permanently, and has had a 25-year-long or 20-year-long career with Congress just through that internship. And so something so small can grow into something really big.
Fantastic. That's a lovely way to finish, Karen. Thank you. So we'll give the students of University College Birmingham a round of applause, and Karen will sum up.